This is a long-term, total collaborative partnership with the community, that it might be led out of City Hall in a sense, but it's not going to always be City Hall driving it, because we believe that it's important that everyone who has a stake, the major partners in our community, be part of this.
What are you trying to achieve? Well, in one statement, it's to increase public safety, reduce crime, both real and perceived. And how we might do that, again, is in the outline. We wish to convene the stakeholders on this topic, find out if they are supportive of getting together, and will they involve themselves in this project. Do they see some benefit from it? Once they convene, we're going to have a conversation about the data, the facts, not somebody's opinion, but the facts about our crime, the DNA of Stockton's crime. What is it? What causes it? And kind of separate conjecture from professional opinion and data. And then hopefully we'll develop recommendations for the city and other organizations to actually move forward with some actionable items, not a document that makes everybody feel good and then it sits on a shelf. We want to transition into some actionable items. So the question is who do you invite to the table?
You know, we're in a situation now where obviously we need to re-examine what we do and re-examine what we've done. And most importantly, we need to involve our community partners. And our community partners at this point in time, we look at as being the folks that work in the criminal justice system, the ones that actually, the police actually, they arrest the bad guys. When we have enough of them, we arrest more, obviously. They arrest them, but then they go into the district attorney's office, they go into the courts, they go into the jail, they go into the prisons, and there's all these other folks that have a huge part of that. And, at this time, I think that you need to understand that as we go forward, it's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to happen with the buy-in from the folks in the community that can actually bring something to the table.
The reality is, if we think we can just arrest our way out of our crime statistics, we're fooling ourselves. Yeah. Because 4 years ago, we were arresting, and it was like a revolving door at the jail, yeah, because we were at over capacity. And now with realignment, that's going to happen even faster. So we can't just take the position that we're just going to keep on bringing as many officers in as we can, and we're just going to arrest them into submission. That isn't going to work. And so we have to have these other community partners there to figure out what programs are working and how do we keep them from entering into this system.
That, in a nutshell, is the goal of this Marshall Plan, to try to change the trends that have been going up lately, have been up and down from what I can tell, at least 30 years. It's a challenge, but I don't think we have any choice. This bleeds into another goal, and that's the economic development goal. I know as a result of bringing Mike Locke into our organization, crime and how it's perceived by people that want to potentially invest in Stockton, are impacted by both the real data and the perception of crime in Stockton. So we got to tackle both. We haven't been sitting waiting for this project to get legs. We've been very aggressive. We were one of the largest grant recipients from the federal government. We're going to be hiring 17 police officers. So one of the things that the police department is working on right now, and we'd like to share it with this group and get some feedback, is how can we deploy these 17 officers? We've verbally got approval for 5 full-time sworn officers from an outside agency to work full-time for the city, and their focus will be to go after and take out the worst 10 citizens in our city. And as soon as we find one, we'll add another one.
You're gonna find in this Marshall Plan strategy group, because the number one, these are people who can make things happen, and number two, we're gonna hold them accountable. I'm gonna be holding them accountable to making a difference in all of this, and the council will hold them accountable. Bob's gonna be, in charge of the overall process, but we're not doing this just to say we did it. We intend to schedule community forums out in the different council districts. We will go out, council members will go out, and we'll go out into the community and talk about kind of how this will roll out, and ask for feedback, ask for input, but just as importantly, ask for the community's help in this. We need to hear too what the community thinks about the ideas for solutions. How do they, obviously there's no money. Yes, it'd be great if, we had a windfall of millions of dollars. That would help ease some of this. But it's important because sometimes folks on the ground have real simple solutions that none of us have thought about, and we need to hear that.